Radiant team pick.
There's the BB. A lot of BB has been popping up in the pub scene, and we have seen it in the pro scene a bit as well. I believe it was Liquid that made it very popular. Mind you, with that Liquid Bristleback, that was with the Keeper of the Light. Extremum, they won't have that option available to them.
10 seconds remaining.
It won't matter. You have a Dazzle, which is quite nice. You can extend the life of that Bristleback when he does get low. Those added quills can make all the difference at the end of a team fight. Khan don't really have the greatest ways of dealing with the Bristleback so far. You haven't got any natural break in your abilities. And they'll go into a storm anyway. It does seem like a bit of a free storm game because there really isn't much to lock him down. In fact, there's no real great stun here from Extremum. The only thing you've got is the rolling boulder from the Earth Spirit, but even then, that's only a second. Sure, you do have a great silence in the Earth Spirit, but is it going to be enough time, and do you have enough burst with this lineup? Doesn't really seem that way.
5 seconds remaining.
Khan feeling confident, and that's probably why we saw the LC ban come out a little earlier on. Because now we will have to see these final ban outs from either side. You can already see with Extremum, their game plan is to just run at the side of Khan, push down towers very quick, and make it just impossible for them to get any form of farm up. With heroes like the ES, with the Dazzle, with the AA, and Bristle, you can really take early team fights and go for early pushes without being too afraid of losing to the draft of Khan. You've got great roam potential as well with this ES pick. If you are going to run the Dazzle mid, like Poison Touch into Rolling Boulder, the Storm Spirit is just going to suffer up until he hits that level 6 mark. Whether they run the roaming Earth Spirit is a completely different story, but generally when you pick ES, you don't want to just have it sit in a lane. Khan now. 5 seconds reserve time left for this final ban. They get rid of the Beastmaster. That would have been some of the lockdown you would have loved to see from Extremum, but they won't have it available to them any longer. Khan, how do we finish this off?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Alright, the Wraith King pops out. He can fight early. He doesn't mind going up against the Bristle. You have 2 lives. Can make it very, very hard for Extremum to deal with this Wraith King with this kind of draft that they've gone for. It's almost like kind of just trying to force Extremum into going back into that AM pick. Like, this should be a safe lane Bristle as things stand now. But of course you can just rotate it into the off lane if necessary. In Extremum, like, it's not a great AM game any longer, because you've got so many roots and stuns on the side of Khan that it's just going to be too easy to catch the AM out and just lock him down this time. Then again, like, he doesn't mind going against Storm and Wraith King. You also have the option for something like a PL if you really want. It's not the greatest hero up against Storm, but it can work. Instead, they're going for the Riki. So a natural diffusal carrier in the Riki. It is going to be a POS 1 Riki as well, so Malik will be going to the offlane as the Bristle. I like it. Comes online early, can fight early, With the smoke screen, you have a natural silence for the Storm Spirit. You have two very squishy supports on the side of Khan that should be free food for Kellen once he has Diffusal up. Should be a very, very interesting game too. Extremum would love to close this out 2-0 if they could. Big fan of this draft. Still not sure about the Dazzle pick. But I do like this Extremum draft quite a lot. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And it really isn't going to be the same playstyle as last game where they just avoid team fights every 2 seconds. They should just be running at Khan every chance they get. We'll get into it. Game number 2 between Khan and Extremum. In fact, never mind. We'll have a pause.
It's where I can.
It'll be the Willow DCing you, Mitch, once again. Always the man that has to disconnect before the game starts. It's fair enough. Kellen so far on the Ricky, actually running down to the off lane. You're laning against Naive. It's still not a very fun lane, but I suppose for the Ricky, he'd rather do that than have to face a Centaur. There isn't really an easy lane at all for Kellen this game. Of course, Malik on the Bristle, he won't mind going up against the Centaur. That's perfectly fine for the Bristleback. We'll have the go-ahead.
Thanks.
So we did see some nerfs to the Orb of Venom. I'm a little bit surprised the Earth Spirit still goes for it. Still works, obviously. Still decent slow. Just 2 seconds instead of 3 now, so it's not quite as good.
What?
You Mitch and Bella just giving the tips over to each other just before the game starts.
30 seconds to battle.
They'd love to find a first blood down to the bot lane. Get Kellen started really nicely on this Ricky if they could. Naive probably won't even bother trying to go for that boundary rune though. He has been left alone. And Khan are doing pretty much the exact same thing, just securing the top rune.
The battle begins.
It'll be a 2 for 2. Bella, do you stick around? You can just try and go for the early rolling boulder. Try and find a first blood before you do TP back up top. Or maybe they just run tri-lane versus tri-lane. Because Puba is still here on the Oracle. Your Mitch is also hanging around on the Dark Willow. And that may be the game plan from both sides. Malik Fortune's End gonna fly out. Your Mitch, he's gonna rotate in and does have Brambles up. Though Velor is there on the Earth Spirit, but there's nothing you can do. He rolls in anyway onto your Mitch, trying to secure something. Yet Malik has done a lot of damage towards your Mitch and does actually salve up and get away. Velor, though, not gonna be so lucky it seems, as Fortune's End does fly out. He's been rooted up and should die, though. No, he'll juke him out and will salve up as well. Malik still coming in with the quills. Roll back in. They will find your Mitch. Extremum, just the master of jukes apparently. Both of them getting away and both of them being able to salve up all the way to full HP. Roll back in, the Centaur not going to be too happy about this. Orb of Venom slows there. Brambles comes out, but it's going to be to no avail. They'll find a second kill straight off the bat. I love this aggression. Velor looks like he will sustain himself up at this top lane for a bit. Malik already having a great start on the Bristleback. Not really going to be too pressured by the presence of Yimich here. Because he hasn't got a level in Bristleback yet, but I don't think they have the damage. Meanwhile, G falling very, very low on the Dazzle. He is up against Arrow mid lane on the Storm. Shouldn't be too hard of a matchup for G, but he hasn't really bought much regen for himself, so he's got a salve that'll be coming out on the courier soon, but till then, just gonna have to be a little bit careful. Can always just heal himself, I guess, which is one of the positives about a mid-dazzle. Puba, oh, nice block from Kellen on the Ricky. Puba forced to run north and will really just die. Kellen quick thinking with the tricks of the trade to block him off at that tree line. And mid lane, Arrow falling low again, but G's falling even lower, and Arrow does pick up the kill. So 1-3 already. We're not even 3 minutes in yet. Top lane. The Centaur goes down now. Yimich trying to find Malik and does. Velor wasn't really able to hold this Dark Ruler down. Yimich now will turn around, chase the Earth Spirit down, but he'll just roll away. Maybe it won't be enough. Yimich, Brambles, still nice jukes out from Velor, just avoiding all those little bramble mazes. Alright, the action isn't going to stop. Puba ends up finding AA now. So Angel does go down. That'll make it a 3-4 at 3.5 minutes. I don't think this is going to slow down anytime soon. It's Malik already getting started with the Quill Spray spam. Where's Velor gone? He's going down mid. Poison is there. Arrow does get stunned up, and that'll be an easy kill. That's what we talked about in the draft phase. Poison Touch is just such an easy setup for Velor to roll in with and just get a kill very, very easily. Top lane, though, they may lose Malik, as now they know the Earth Spirit isn't there, and that Shadow Realm damage will be enough from your Mitch.
We could have had fun.
I still think you're okay with that if you are Extremum, because you do find the mid-storm. You're going to wait till that level 4 mark. You at least have 1 point in Bristleback, and that way you are substantially tankier. Again though, roll in, mid lane, it will connect onto the Storm. Kickback, Arrow, he's in trouble though, still dealing a lot of damage over to Velor. Poison Touch though, still going to be active on Arrow, but he's just running away, and Fortune's End will purge off the poison. Yimich even rotating down, they just really want to make sure Arrow doesn't die a second time before he hits level 6. Bot lane, Naive, he'll get jumped on. Cold Feet is actually going to freeze Naive up, and Kellen should be able to just slowly but surely find this kill, and in fact it's Angel on the AA that picks it up. Fortune's End will be there, and now the Shadow Realm, Brambles as well. Kellen going to fall low to all this damage, but not quite low enough. The Purifying Flames was there, but Kellen was just healthy enough to survive through it. He'll salve up straight after. Look at Velo, just once again, looking at mid. Does he have a point in silence? Not quite, he's only level 3, so the kill potential and arrow is not really there. Bot lane, Puba, getting jumped on, but Kellen now going to be in trouble as Naive is there on the Wraith King. Cold Feet, not going to be enough. Once again, Purifying Flames, this time does get the kill. Khan reacting very nicely to the aggression of this Dire's side.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Nice courier snipe. Ring of Health was on that courier.
Radiant are scanning.
Velo does get scanned out.
Stupendous.
Arrow. Velo doesn't really want to leave this storm alone, but Arrow is perfectly safe with that level 6. Like, you're gonna need at least one point in the grip before you can actually go for that kill. Bot lane, however, Naive, bit of a sitting duck. Fortune's End not gonna land. Kellen does manage to blink strike away. Now Angel gonna turn around with G, who's rotated in on the Dazzle Naive. He's gonna fall quite low and does go down. It's Kellen looking for more, but doesn't have Blink Strike available yet. He will have it in 1 second. They want to keep chasing him down as G is still there. Poison Touch does land on both Puba. He'll Fortune's End it off. It's going to be to no avail, those tricks of the trade. Actually not going to be enough damage. Stick charges do save the Oracle. And that'll be that, Extremum. They won't pursue any further past that T1 as top lane. Malik now finds the Centaur by himself. Naive does rotate up and does have the Wraithfire Blast, but can he reach? He cannot apparently. Malik, he will get away with his life intact. It's going to make it a 5-8. 2k net worth lead for Extremum. No T1's going down quite yet. But you can already see Extremum trying to pressure, trying to get that control as Kellen now gonna find Puba. With tricks of the trade, Puba just cannot survive.
You didn't see that.
Meanwhile, top, who have they got there? Naive, he's been caught out again on the Wraith King. He does have a point if he wants to put it in Reincarnation, and he does. Extreme, do you bother turning around? Not quite, as Mitch has rotated now, but just forcing the Dark Willow rotation and forcing the Reincarnation is probably good enough, as Brambles gonna be there with the Terrorized Malik. He's gonna fall low. Storm Spirit even zipping in now. Arrow, he wants to help. They are up against the Vanguard Bristleback Malik. He's quite tanky, but not tanky enough, though. Do they find Arrow? He's out of mana. Velo, he does have the roll,
Eternal gratitude.
but he won't use it. He had no other spells ready to go. 6-9 now. Very nice score coming out from either side. Kellen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trying to be as disruptive as possible on this Ricky.
Is under attack.
Have a look at that net worth. Kellen is top,
Dire are
followed by
scanning.
G and his own Bristle Malik. It is to be expected though. Like, these lanes are just so much stronger for Extremum. There's no surprises there. Like, speaking of Malik, he may get caught out right now as the Centaur is in position. They have Stampede and they will pop it. Malik, it's going to be a very hard one to get out of. They throw everything, and in fact, never mind Velo, he's here with the roll. Malik, he actually managed to walk away now, and Poison Touch is going to be there. They'll turn around. Yamich going to go down. Velo looking for the next target. He won't find one. But what does it matter? They commit everything onto Malik and find nothing. And that early Vanguard Bracer just really paying off for this Bristleback. He just seemingly can't die yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. are fortified.
And while all this is happening, Kellen, he's just, again, freely farming on the Ricky. We saw what happened last game when he's able to free farm. Forcing the T1. Doesn't really push it very fast as a Rikimaru, but who cares about that?
Are fortified.
There's more creeps to hit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They do eventually find the tier 1 anyway.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can't. Trying to force in the mid tier 1. They have smoked up, ready for some kind of defense from Extremum. They can't allow this tower to go down. You've got Malik there, and that's probably going to be more than enough. Just turns his back. Just sprays quills. That's what he does best. Can't. They just have to bide their time. Naive. He's going to go ahead and force out the top tier 1. Will be very easy for him with those skeletons. Ice Blast going to fly through. Not really going to stop him.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And can't. I mean, this is all they can do right now. They've just got to kind of just let the storm pass. Extremum look to be okay with just taking their time a little bit. Malik trying to get some more items up. Meanwhile, Kellen, he's getting pretty close to that. In fact, never mind. He's not even going Diffusal. He just wants to go straight Yasha into Manta. I suppose that's also okay up against all the root that Khan have. Seems like Kellen doesn't really need the Diffusal slow. Now he does have the Yasha up. It's on the courier. Angel just quietly hiding in the trees. It's Kellen gonna rotate in. They did drop a sentry for this, but here comes Malik on the bristle. Straight onto that Oracle, and he just dies so darn quick.
Done that one for free.
Just no hope in the world of surviving. He had Fortune's End, but... Oh, excuse me, he had False Promise, but... won't bother using it. Now you're Mitch. Gonna get spotted by Angel. He'll try and turn this around, but Ice Blast does connect. He'll go ahead and just try to burst Angel down. It does get it, but it'll be at the cost of his own life. Kellen will go ahead and pick another kill up on the Ricky. And it looks like they're ready to try and force in the T1 as G. He does have the Necro 1 book.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's
How do you defend this? You've got a Bristleback to just tank all the frontline damage.
tower is under attack.
Looks like they don't even bother. They'll just try and push in the bot tower, but now you've got Kellen going on your Centaur. Rotation in from the AA. He just understands he's dead here. Or perhaps he tries and gets away, but no, Cold Feet gonna be there. Kellen picks up the kill. He'll trade his life away for the tier 1. But Kellen denied it off, I believe, as well. Yeah, he got the deny on the tower. Just salt in the wounds of Khan. Roll in. That's a bit of a risky roll, and it does not pay off.
Dire's
Arrow.
middle tower is under attack.
Just gonna turn around and man fight that. I think he may have missed the silence. He's gotta hit that grip. Again, can't. Finding any space they can across the map. This is all they can do. Just keep farming up. You've got the armlet now on Naive. Things are looking okay. Does give you a bit more fight potential up against this Extremum side. Look at this Centaur though. Angel already hiding in the trees, waiting for him to come a bit too far. You do have the Storm in the back. Arrow really doesn't have much mana to play with, so I doubt he'll even try and zip in. Top lane. G. Poison Touch, gonna be there on Puma. That's a lot of damage, but he does not die.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My goodness, that was some quick damage on the Oracle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane again, Khan. Gonna try and force it in. Just the Retaliate doing all the damage to that tier 1 right now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Let's roll in. Not gonna connect on Arrow.
Radiant structures
They were ready
are
with the
fortified.
Terrorize just in case. They won't quite get the tier 1. They'll put it in deny range. The left for now is Malik. He's moving forward onto Arrow. Ice Blast gonna fly through, but won't really connect on anybody. With that Extremum, they'll start rotating down bot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They seem to love just picking on this Centaur.
Is under attack.
Why not? Poor man doesn't even have his Vanguard up yet. Does have his Blink at least, so does have that utility. Just can't. Gonna roll in. Should be an easy kill. Ice Blast gonna be there, and they have the follow-up. Just no way for him to get out of that. That's also bought enough time now, so Kellen, he does have the Manta style up.
Tower is under attack.
It's going to make it even harder to control this man as Khan, again, just have to wait out the storm. Eventually this lineup should drop off for Extremum if it goes late enough. But maybe they don't get that chance as Naive gets rolled on now. Magnetize does get thrown out. The Silence, he does have Reincarnate. And in fact, Arrow will zip in and try and help out, but he gets magnetized and silenced by the Smokescreen. Still Terrorized. Will save the day for now as the Earth Spirit does get caught out, but in fact, no, they won't roll in. They'll roll back after Arrow. I thought after the Terrorized Khan, they may have thought about trying to take that fight, but Malik was already on the back. And Puba, it's a nasty time to try and drop a Sentry Ward, so that'll be a very easy kill onto the Oracle. Arrow, actually just behind him, but it's going to try and hide. It looks like Extremum have got their attention towards the Centaur, who's forced to stampede away. Still Kellen, he's going to be on top of him. Smokescreen going to be there, but now Brambles and Curse Crown on Kellen.
Radiant's tower is under
Does Matt to dodge it off. Doesn't really have much help around though. There's the True Sight coming out from the outpost.
under attack.
Still, they come in bot, but Kellen is just stalking his prey. I think the Centaur's just trying to bait. It's not going to work out too well as Malik is here now on the Bristleback. Did you really not see that TP? He's going to die very easily. Now Velor has found Puba, has roll, does dodge it out at least, but Puba probably still going to be dead here. You've got another roll in right now. It's going to be another easy kill for Kellen. Kellen's decided after the Manta style he will go after the Diffusal.
Has been killed.
Having a look back over to Khan and what Arrow's up to, he's trying to pick up a Bloodstone on this Storm Spirit. Naive actually going for a Shadow Blade build into a Desolator, it seems.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You look at that net worth graph though, it's been all Extremum this whole time. 6k net worth lead now for this Dire's side. The XP, it's heavily in their favor. Win probability? 76%. It's not too bad for Khan. We are 20 minutes in, so that is still a very high number for Extremum. We'll just see if they can keep up this aggression. They have smoked up again.
been
Nice courier snipe. Arrow, that was, he had his energy booster on there.
under attack.
That's going to delay his Bloodstone now. That was actually the last component he needed for that Bloodstone. It's a big courier snipe.
Dire's top tower
You can see they've
is
just
under
tried to
attack.
ward the whole map full of sentries, but it just hasn't really been panning out as well as you'd hope. Angel's been on top of it. He's got 3 sentries right now himself. It's ensuring that that his Riki can freely roam around the map without feeling like he's in danger. So Malik apparently was in the mid lane by himself. No one behind him. Just ends up dying for nothing. That's a lot of gold, and that's going to actually allow them to go for a Roshan attempt now. You can still fight this, but you definitely want to wait out that Bristleback. They'll just scout it out for now. Ice Blast going to fly through. Kellen, he's moving in. You still need another 18 seconds. You don't have that frontline Bristle. This is going to be a very hard team fight. Still, the smoke screen. Just delayed as much as possible. G, going to show himself as well, and in fact can't say screw it. We don't have enough time. That was a great delay. In fact, Extremum, they just roll in. They found the Wraith King. Reincarnation is going to be available, though. There's the Terrorizer coming out now. They've caught out G in the Dazzle, but he's still looking healthy enough, and Malik jumps in. Big Manta is coming out from Velor. Is it going to be enough? Roll back in from the Earth Spirit onto this Wraith King. They want to try and control him up as much as possible, but he has the False Promise on himself. Looks like it will not matter as they will have the damage output. In fact, another roll. Going to find the Centaur now. It's a 2-for-1 trade, but more importantly, the Roshan is still sitting there at half HP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Khan, I mean, you have potential to steal the Aegis with Arrow on the Storm, but he's not even near there. He's not even going to try. It'd be a bit hard going into that Riki smokescreen anyway. Not without a BKB. Fusel is now up. This is when it gets really tough. And Kellen just going to be able to lock down Arrow pretty much anytime he wants. Arrow desperately needs that BKB up, and in fact he's queued 2 of them for now, just in case he forgets. Roll in. Not going to connect on Naive. Who's not going to be there either. The smokescreen just in time. Roll back out. The hell out of there. Here comes Extremum though. Moving in as a unit. The Centaur in the middle of the trees. Does he get spotted? Not quite. Or no, never mind, he does, but the blink is going to be there still. Smokescreen defusal straight onto the Centaur. Terrorize, trying to get out, but it does not connect on Kellen. Still, Kellen will not be able to finish off the job. He'll TP away. In fact, Clumsy Net will cancel that TP. Looks like they want to try and slow down Arrow, who's just forcing that top lane in.
Radiant are scanning.
TPs are coming out. Velor, can you connect the roll? Arrow's... Oh, he zips right past him. And Arrow... The roll will not connect. Kick will not do it either. Still, looks like the Centaur has been caught out now. Smokescreen just going to lock him in. Cold Feet does connect as well. He does get a hoof stomp off, but without Stampede, I don't think you can survive this, and you can't. Arrow zipping in. Meanwhile, top lane, who have they got? It's Puba.
There you go. Trouble.
Dire's top tower is under
The
attack.
10 to 21. 10k net worth lead for Extremum. Looks like they're not slowing down anytime soon. Khan just still don't have an answer. Naive almost has the Deso up, but it still seems like you need a BKB or something on this Wraith King.
Is under attack.
There's just way too much control on the side of the Dire right now. In fact, Velor
What have we here?
just tanking up on the Earth Spirit. He doesn't even want any items. Just treads, double braces, some dust. That'll do him. Finds a double damage, and we'll take it. Extremum. Jump in. Hoof's not going to be there. They just look to burst down G. He's still alive, but they get him in time. Cold Feet, though, going to land on 2. Velor going to be chased down. In fact, they go after Angel first. Buybacks are there from G. Do you roll in? They don't get the TP cancellation. In fact, no, never mind, they do. The Clumsy Net once again coming out, this time from Malik, as they will be able to secure the Centaur kill, and now they want more. Kellen, who do you find? He'd love the Storm Spirit. Arrow gonna go back and farm. Zipping away, but doesn't really have much mana. Arrow won't be able to cancel this TP, but Roll will not make it. Meanwhile, at top, Puba getting caught out by G now on the Dazzle. And it does cost them a buyback, but it will allow them to force down at least one tier 2 tower.
Top tower has fallen.
Extremum, just death by 1,000 cuts. No outer towers left for Khan. Do you just force in tier 3s now? They still have the Aegis for a little bit longer. I believe it's only about 30 seconds to a minute longer. Tier 3 gonna go down relatively quick. Smokescreen makes it impossible for Arrow to zip into that location. He'll do it now, straight after G. We'll zip back out though. Kellen not moving an inch. Smokescreen again, this time on the Wraith King. Aegis will expire just in time. Extremum, they get a tier 3 out of it. And looks like that'll be enough. Oh, now you've got an Orb of Destruction available on G to make matters worse. So much more damage output that can come out with that. Who needs a Deso when you get a free neutral item like that? I believe that actually works with the multi-shot that you get with the Aghanim Scepter Dazzle. So it's just super value for this Orb of Destruction on the Dazzle right now. Khan, how much longer can you wait? You've got the Deso up on Naive, and he's not going for a BKB. He's going to go into an AC instead.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Interesting choice.
Radiant
I suppose he's arguably one of the heroes that doesn't necessarily need one because you always have that secondary life. Khan, they feel confident. They're going to try and smoke up. This is without Arrow, but he picks up his BKB and looks like he's making his way to his team. And Extremum appear to not be expecting this gank attempt. They spot out Velor, but that's not the target they want. Instead, Hoofstomp onto the AA, but now Smokescreen does come out, and that'll stop them from finding the kill. Still Stampede in. They're going to chase Angel up. Terrorize not going to be there. As Arrow, he jumps in after Kellen. Kellen just man-fighting with his own BKB, as Terrorize will do nothing through that magic immunity. And now this Wraith King falling low. They'll get the false promise off. And Naive will continue to try and man-fight this up against the Bristleback. Barely surviving. Do they keep going? Looks like they found the Centaur now, who's been left behind by himself. In fact, make it 2. Yimich is also there. And that's going to be 2 heroes down with no buybacks available. Roll in. Won't matter. Arrow, he's been caught out, but he does have the zip. He does have mana, but he's been silenced for so long. They almost find him, Kellen. Not quite able to finish the job off.
Radiant's middle tower is under
2 heroes down. No buyback. This should be an easy Rax for Extremum. They do only have creeps in their mid lane, but they do fortify, and that'll buy them the time they need.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, Cuba, he's actually just split pushing the bot lane as an oracle.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Arrow trying to do his best to buy more time. They better fight now, it seems. Zip in, Arrow, he popped his BKB a little too early, but looks like he has no choice but to try and take the fight now. Kellen just blinks out of there. Stun in though, pretty nice. It does connect on 2. Still silence gonna be there from Velo, and this Centaur just melts. He is not the tanky frontliner you needed. Naive, meanwhile, gonna fall as well. He has reincarnation, but does it even matter? Not quite. Ice Blast will be there, and Extremum, this game's over. The GG's been called. And this Dire's side, one game they're just playing the most passive rat Dota you've ever seen, and the next game they are playing so darn aggressive. It's just what you love to see. That will be the first best of 3 though for tonight. We do have a second one coming up. The second best of 3 is going to be between, I believe it's, give me 1 sec. I've misplaced my schedule. Alright, it's going to be Team Unique versus Cyber Legacy up next. Yeah, it's MLP Dota. Hopefully that series is as entertaining as the one we just watched. And hopefully it won't be too long. Now, we did finish a bit early with this series, so I'm not sure if they're going to actually go with a rolling schedule, whether they're going to have a long break. I'm going to go ahead and ask. If we are going to have a long break, I'll put a timer up so we all know when it's going to start, and I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, hopefully, we'll start in about 10 to 15 minutes. Well, we'll see you soon regardless.